Is California still the American dream in 2025? You might want to think twice. Behind the iconic coastlines, glittering skylines, and sun-drenched allure, something serious is unfolding. California's housing market, once untouchable, is now showing cracks, and in some places, it's falling apart. Prices are sky-high, insurance is climbing fast, and the dream of homeownership? It's slipping out of reach for more people by the day. From tech capitals to celebrity enclaves, cities across the Golden State are flashing warning signs. Rising inventory, stalled demand, mass migration. Buying a home now could be your biggest financial regret later. I end this countdown. We're exposing the 10 worst cities to buy a home in California in 2025. And if you're a buyer, renter, or investor, these are the places you cannot afford to ignore. Hit subscribe to discover the nation. We bring you housing market truths, backed by real data, not hype. Let's dive in. Hashtag 10 Los Angeles, the city of angels, luxury, fame, ambition. But beneath the glitz, the pressure is building. As of 2025, the median home price in LA is a staggering $870,000, while the average household income hovers around $75,000. That affordability gap is crushing. Mortgage payments often top $4,200 per month, and interest rates above 7% are only making it worse. Residents are fleeing. Over 32,000 people have left since 2023. The culprits? Rising crime, unbearable living costs, and insurance premiums that have doubled due to wildfire threats. Hot neighborhoods like Echo Park and West Hollywood are cooling fast. In Q1 alone, 23% of listings slashed prices. LA might still be glamorous in pictures, but for working families, it's becoming unlivable. Hashtag 9 Oakland, once hailed as the Bay Area's gritty, vibrant alternative, now Oakland is sliding toward instability. Incomes are barely pushing $80,000, but median home prices still sit above $720,000. The math doesn't work. Over 30% of homes listed in early 2025 saw price drops. Listings linger for 60 days or more, and crime is spiraling. Oakland ranks among the top 5 U.S. cities for property crime, break-ins, carjackings, assaults, driving buyers and investors away. Add to that rising wildfire risk in hillside neighborhoods, and insurance costs jumping by over 45% in the last 3 years, and you've got a housing market weighed down by fear and uncertainty. Hashtag 8 Stockton had its rebound story. But now, it's starting to backslide again. Median home prices have climbed to around $480,000, while the average income sits at just $66,000. That gap has created one of the most financially fragile markets in California's Central Valley. Nearly 28% of listings dropped prices recently, and homes are sitting unsold for nearly 2 months. Foreclosures are creeping upward, up 17% year over year, as inflation and adjustable rate mortgages squeeze household budgets. And safety is still a concern. Stockton has one of the highest violent crime rates per capita in the state. Pair that with cooling demand and overbuilt subdivisions, and you've got a market under serious strain. Hashtag 7 San Diego Sun, surf, biotech. San Diego has it all on the surface. But homebuyers are feeling the burn. Home prices have soared past $850,000. Yet median incomes hover around $82,000. For many, that means spending 40% or more of their gross income on housing. And we haven't even touched taxes or insurance yet. Thanks to wildfire risk, rising sea levels, and coastal erosion, insurance premiums have jumped over 50% since 2020. Some insurers are pulling out entirely, leaving homeowners scrambling for expensive, bare minimum coverage. In Q1 2025, nearly a quarter of homes on the market saw price cuts. Luxury condos and far-flung suburbs are overbuilt and underbought. Add in high property taxes and worsening traffic, and the dream starts to unravel. Hashtag 6 Burbank. It's sunny, it's cinematic, and it's suffocating buyers financially. The median home price in Burbank is now pushing $1 million, while average household income is still below $90,000. Even dual-income families are getting priced out. High property taxes and wildfire-driven insurance spikes mean some homeowners are paying over $4,500 per month just to stay afloat. Meanwhile, Homes that once sold in bidding wars are now sitting for 60-plus days. Layoffs in the entertainment industry are starting to ripple through the local economy, and younger families, they're packing up. Burbank still looks like Hollywood on the outside, but behind the scenes, the housing market is breaking down. #5 Santa Cruz coastal cliffs, redwoods, surfers and dreamers. Santa Cruz has soul, but it also has a major affordability crisis. The median home price here is now over $1.22 million. Average income? Just $85,000. That's one of the worst price-to-income ratios in the country. Climate risk is hammering the area, from flood zones to rising seas to wildfire danger. Insurance premiums are up 40% since 2022, and many homes now need special coverage just to qualify. More than 25% of listings had price cuts in early 2025, and families? They're leaving in search of financial relief inland. Santa Cruz is still beautiful, but the cost of buying in has become unbearable. #4 Santa Barbara postcard perfect. Yes, but paradise has its price, and it's rising fast. Homes now average $1.5 million, but typical incomes remain around $90,000. That's a chasm few families can cross. Even the wealthy are nervous. Listing times have jumped 60%, and nearly 30% of sellers cut prices in Q1 2025. The climate risk is real. Wildfires, mudslides, drought, all pushing insurance costs sky high. Some homes now require $5,000 plus per year in premiums or are outright denied coverage. And the service economy, struggling. Over 8,000 residents, mostly working class, have left since 2022. Labor shortages are hitting schools, restaurants, and hospitals. Santa Barbara still looks like a dream, but in 2025 it's becoming financially impossible. #3 Palm Springs, once a retreat for stars and snowbirds, Palm Springs is now overheating literally and financially. The median home price is around $675,000, yet average incomes barely crack $70,000. And the desert heat is punishing. Over 60 days above 110 degrees Fahrenheit last year alone. Sea costs are exploding, water restrictions are tightening, and insurance? Up nearly 50% in 3 years. Some areas are now labeled high risk, making it hard to get affordable coverage at all. Overbuilding has flooded the market. In Q1 2025, 31% of listings saw price drops, and inventory is sitting unsold for 50-plus days. The glamour is fading, and fast. #2 Mendocino peaceful, scenic, remote, and on the brink. Average home prices have crossed $650,000, while local incomes remain around $60,000. The result? Locals are priced out and pandemic-era buyers are retreating. The biggest issue? Isolation. Limited broadband, healthcare, and basic services. Power outages are common. Roads are in disrepair. And wildfires? A yearly menace. Insurance is crushing homeowners, $4,700 plus per year, if they can even get coverage. In spring 2025, 35% of listings dropped prices, the highest in Northern California. Mendocino might be beautiful, but in 2025 it's more survival camp than sanctuary. #1 San Francisco, the tech capital, the Golden Gate, the icon of innovation, and now the epicenter of a housing reckoning. Median home prices still hover around $1.35 million, but the market is hollowing out. Since 2021, over 50,000 people have left the city. Entire neighborhoods are thinning. The signs are everywhere. Vacant condos, price cuts on 1 in 3 listings, rising crime, failing public transit, and HOA fees as high as $1,800/month. Insurance premiums have exploded $6,000 per year or more in high-risk zones. Developers are backing out. Luxury homes sit unsold. And the buzz that once made the city unbeatable? Gone. Buying here in 2025 means accepting extreme risk, extreme cost, and declining confidence. If you've made it this far, you're clearly serious about making smart real estate